nothing, and it was really, really disappointing. But you just have that belief that the Super Eagles will improve in the next game. Some of us just have that feeling every time that they play, but there was really nothing to make you jump off your seat from what we saw yesterday.
Absolutely. I think if you look at the Super Eagles of Nigeria currently under Ganacho, he will always tell you, this is a friendly match, it's not a serious game, the result does not matter. But then you, of course, look at his selection, you look at how he positions his players to play friendlies like this. You want to ask yourself, this man, are you sure you really know what you're doing as the Super Eagles golfer? One would, of course, expect as one man who knows it all in terms of coaching. He has coached very top clubs, whether in France or probably the rest of the world. So if you talk about him, it should be one man who should be at the helm of affairs of the Super Eagles, and of course, calling the shots and getting the job done. But playing against Cameroon over 2 legs, and the Super Eagles of Nigeria could not even score a goal. Rather, we lost the first one, and then we, of course, drew 0-0 yesterday. It's unacceptable coming from me. As a Nigerian football fan, it's unacceptable. Yes, it's a friendly match, it's a tune-up match. It's a match that usually expect the Super Eagles to, you want to see 1 or 2 players here and there, and of course, you want to see new faces, coming to the team, try and break into the main squad. We had Coach Ganacho, talking about the fact that he missed the services of, his key players going into this very game. Okay, you asked yourself, yes, for instance, what if we do not have Osimhen in the Super Eagles? What if we do not have the big boys in the Super Eagles of Nigeria? Does it mean that the Super Eagles would not work? What if you have the chance to only work with the home-based Eagles? Does it mean that you're, of course, not going to coach the team because you feel that we do not, of course, have the right quality to prosecute matches like this? So let's see how it gets to go. Hopefully we hear from Coach Ganacho and we hear the kind of excuse he will make. Surely he will always have an excuse to make. He will, instead of running to blame himself for a team losing a match or his team losing a game, he would rather put the blame on a particular. Yes, they didn't. He would rather put the blame on a particular thing. Maybe put the blame somewhere, either blaming the NFF or blaming player selection.
We'll hear from him.
So let's just hear from him, and then it's going to be very interesting, pretty.
Over 2 legs, disappointing one though, but I know it was a test game, and Cameroon, they are the one hosting the next AFCON, so they have to ensure that they put up with tough performance. And knowing full well the rivalry between the 2 countries, dating back to the 80s, to the 70s, I think it's been a really tough battle. But all the same, I think when you have the big boys in this squad, you're going to see a different ball game. But it pains me so much that some of the players who are supposed to cover themselves in glory, in order for them to get more call-ups. Well, this is just a little of what we expected from them. Well, though he said Valentine Zawafo really gave him something really to look out for, in subsequent games. Well, I think it's also an opportunity for others. Tremofi missed a chance, but that is not so to blame him for, because he hasn't got that regular playing time with the Eagles. But all the same, we hope in their next games they'll be able to improve, especially the game against Mexico. We expect to see a different game, but I just hope that the big boys will be available as at then, because looking at time for preseason and when that match is faced July 4th, well, let's see how Ganacho will prosecute that. But all the same, we expect the Eagles to improve, in every game, especially at major tournament.
We're talking about the big boys, and I'm wondering, is Kelechi Iheanacho a small boy? Is Ogenekaro Etebo, Wilfred Ndidi? All of these guys were in camp when they played these 2 matches against Cameroon.
The captain is still with them.
So what are we talking about? Who are the superstars that we're expecting that will, when they come into the team, the Super Eagles squad will automatically be transformed? Are we waiting for the guys who are just switching allegiance, and Demola Lookman and others, to come and suddenly transform the Super Eagles? I think with any team that we present, we should be able to do well. And look, that is when you now go back and you mention how it was during the days of West Ham, people will say you are talking too much about West Ham.
You're asking for too much.
And you are criticizing Guinea-Throw. But look, when you had something, you had a system that worked. 1994 to now is how many years? Over 25 years, like 26, 27 years ago. And you are wondering, are we making progress as a nation? Because we are supposed to be improving. But instead, you have yourself in a situation where you will be saying, but in the past, it doesn't matter who came and who didn't. You could always get a quality team to play any match for Nigeria. How many matches did we lose then that we lose a game and you say, we played so poorly, or we even lost at home? Otherwise, we did not. Nigeria did not lose if my memory serves me right, too, I don't think we lost even a friendly match at home. But since after him, we've had coaches who are losing competitive matches at home, including Kenneth Rowe. South Africa has never beaten Nigeria before, whether friendly, whether anything. They've not beaten us in a competitive game, except there was this Mandela Cup that they played one time and they won 2-1 and they were celebrating as if they had won the World Cup and everything. And that was how, because it was so difficult for them to beat the Super Eagles of Nigeria. But they came, and that Mandela Challenge wasn't, the proper competition. And then, in fact, I recall even, was it, what was this? There was this guy, I think he was from Joseph something. What was this guy's name? I think there was Joseph in his name. He was not a super regular in the Super Eagles, but whenever we had a situation where players did not come, he usually gets the opportunity to play. He played. I think he was even the captain in that match, and he was telling the South Africans that, look, you guys are only celebrating because we didn't have ourselves. Because Austin Okocha was there, but he did not play. He was injured. He only came to honor Nelson Mandela, and so many other players were unable to play that game. And this guy was telling the South Africans that, look, if our first team had played, then you would not even see the ball. That you wouldn't even see that you would just be seeing the ball. You can't touch the ball on the pitch. So, but under Kenneth Rowe, they came here and they beat us 2-0 in a qualifier and prevented us from qualifying for the World Cup. So when you now look at this, people say, oh, you are being too critical on Kenneth Rowe. Anyway, we'll hear from Kenneth Rowe. He spoke to the media officer of the team, Babafemi Raji, after the game. So we'll hear from him after we return from this commercial. Please stay tuned.
Jumia's 9th anniversary from the 11th to the 27th of June. Code word Versary. Yes, everything anniversary.
Say what?
Phoneversary. Get phones at unbeatable prices.
Okay, let me try. Homeversary?
Yup, you get up to 30% off on home appliances, plus daily flash sales and amazing giveaways, including free delivery for 1 year.
With Junior 9th anniversary sale, celebrate your everyday from the 11th to the 27th of June 2021.
Jumia, your everyday delivered.
The place and it brighten. Make everybody they wonder. Waiting because of the shine. Lush hair. Long hair or short doesn't matter. Crochet or dreadlocks can be better. Only for girls we know better. Lush hair. So you want to slay? Slay with swag. Gotta be lush hair. Gotta be lush hair. Straight or curly. You know they tango. Lie. Gotta be lush hair. Gotta be lush hair. I wonder how I shine like this. I'm on a lush hair, be the coco. Say you want to know. And if you wanna be fine like me, I can show you where to go. A lush hair, be the coco.
Beautiful people know how to make an impression, and that's why they only trust Lush Hair Extensions to bring out the shine in them. Lush Hair, be beautiful.
What is this? I thought I asked all of you to drop whatever you have outside here.
I'm sorry, sir. This is Fluco Day. I saw you coughing earlier, so I brought it out for you so you can take it.
Thanks for your kindness, but I'm smarter than that. You think I don't know that every drug that cures cough and catarrh causes drowsiness? So you want me to sleep, Abi?
This is what distinguishes Fluco Day. It does not cause drowsiness.
Nah, draw. I know this drug. It work well. No?
Let me try it. Manufactured by Harvit.
Marketed and distributed by Pharmatex Nigeria Limited. If symptoms persist after 2 days, consult your doctor.
Time up. And you, I said what?
Flu.
Fluco Day!
Available in pharmacy shops near you.
Uncle Dentist, what be cavities and how Colgate take they protect my teeth from cavities? Shay, they use Kung Fu?
No, dear. Now, hole for teeth they cause most tooth pain will be cavity. But if you use Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection, take brush every day. The confirmed formula could help keep natural calcium inside our teeth. We could protect them from tooth decay.
Time don't reach to upgrade to the world's most chosen toothpaste, Colgate. Because Colgate locks calcium in.
Now, the Nigerian Dental Association, they recommend Colgate.
All right, welcome back to Sports Fiesta, live on 92.7 KFM Benin City with me, Sali Ibrahim, the Sports Ibracadabra, Egosa Igbekan, the Sports Maestro, and CJ, the Maestro. Okay, let's go to Vienna now and listen to manager of the Super Eagles, Gernot Rohr. He spoke to Babafemi Raji after the game between Nigeria and Cameroon yesterday.
Coach Gernot Rohr, Cameroon 0, Nigeria 0. Yet another practice match, a friendly. What were your observations, or would you have to say about the game?
Yeah, we had a problem to build a defense, so we played with the first time with Valentine, and he did very well. And we finished the match with Simon Moses, which is a winger, on the left back position. So, and we didn't concede a goal. I'm very happy for Valentine. A lot of people did not understand why he was with us. He showed today the reasons why he can play with us. He did very well with his left foot in central defense. And the result is not the most important in these friendlies. The most important is to test some players, to see some new faces. What was the case again today? We didn't want to concede a goal. We wanted to score. We could not. But when you are missing players like Osimhen, like Chukwueze, like Aribo, like Kalu, like Henry, it's not easy. But they did well. We had a lot of chances in these two games. We couldn't score. We missed a little bit also, I think, of realism in front of the goal. But the match today was interesting. It was the last match of the season for a lot of them. They came in the middle of the holidays to work hard for 10 days with us. And the fruits of the work will come. I think we will be ready in September for our World Cup qualifiers against Liberia and Cape Verde.
And Uzao did not get to start like you. Yesterday you were talking about the team. Any special reasons?
Of course, a special reason. You were with us in the camp. He was injured. He came this morning with a painful leg, and he told me, Coach, I cannot make it. Like Olayinka, he had to start. Yesterday we tried with him. He was injured in the training, but it's not a big injury. But we don't take any risk. I don't want to let the players with an injury go home or go in holidays or return in the club. No, everybody made a good job today. We could bring in some new players. We had a defense in the end with a winger left back position. The players are really very, very, very motivated. And what we can say now that I don't have only 30 players, I have 45 now. Because from the first list I made, 16 couldn't make it. And we found 12 other players to come in the last moment by car from Hungary, from Czechoslovakia. So we have some boys who are really proud to be with us, and we can be grateful that they could give us at least 17 players for the camp, for the field to play with our two goalkeepers.
Okay, Nigerians would like to hear a word of encouragement or something to say to the fans, Nigerian fans, as we count down to September when the World Cup qualifiers will start, proper Coach.
The fans are welcome. We hope that the fans can come to the stadium in September and that this crazy pandemic, which is making difficult for everybody, will allow them to be with us. We have to start well in Lagos in this Balogun Teslim Stadium on the beginning of the September. We only have a few days to prepare, and 4 days later we have to play in Cape Verde. The two first matches are very, very important. And when you saw the result of Cape Verde against Cameroon, they beat them 3-1 on their synthetic pitch. We know already that it will be a very difficult match.
Thank you very much, Coach Gernot Rohr, Super Eagles coach. Thank you so much, Coach.
Thank you.
Well, it is good that Babafemi Raji chipped in there and told Coach Gernot Rohr something that will make Nigerians be a bit encouraged, because he knows that Nigerians are not happy. But I don't know, and this is the thing, it seems Gernot Rohr doesn't realize how passionate Nigerians are about football and how Nigerians hate losing or failing to win, especially against bitter rivals. He kept saying, well, It was a good match. The players gave a good account of themselves and all of that. So Nigerians, they did not. They were. I personally found the game boring, and almost everybody that has commented, I've not seen anybody that has said, "Oh, it was a very good show in the two matches. There was something positive that we could take from those two encounters." It's just something that we didn't see. And Kenneth, thank God he mentioned it too, that the match will be at the Teslim Balogun Stadium. Lagos fans are unlike any other set of fans in Nigeria. I have lived in Lagos. I have watched football matches in Lagos. I have watched in Abuja and other places. Lagos different too. Lagos is where you have fans cheering for the opposition if you do not play well. They don't care, and they are going to give it to you right there. They are not going to say, "Oh, well, look, they are patriotic." Of course, they are 100%, but they have a funny way of showing it. If you are not playing well, they start booing you and cheering for your opponents. Then the moment you start playing well and do what they want, they immediately switch back. But they will tell you, "Yeah, we love you, but you've got to really make us happy. You have to impress us, otherwise we are not going to take this nonsense." Of course, I don't know whether it's reverse psychology. They are booing you not because they don't like you, not because they are not patriotic, but because they want you to step up. And the moment you do, they switch back to their default setting immediately.
Well, I think you look at the body language of Coach Gonotro. Well, you want to interpret that in many ways. You want to interpret what is, of course, saying when you go for a friendly match. Like we always say here, Nigerians don't understand the difference between a friendly match and a competitive fixture. What we know is that Nigeria will play against Cameroon tomorrow, for instance, and we expect the Super Eagles to win. Whether you play boring football to win, the idea is, of course, to win and then try as much as possible to, beat the opposition, or at least, play to the satisfaction of, many fans. Like you rightly said, the Uyo fans are very accommodating. The Asaba fans are very accommodating. The Benin fans are very, very accommodating. The Abuja fans are wonderful. The Calabar fans are also magnificent. But when you talk about the Lagos fans, they don't take losing for the way the Asaba fans would, of course, take that. So, I just hope we're able to go to the Teslim Balogun Stadium and, of course, make a wonderful stadium. But then for these two friendly matches, I'm not sure I can take out many things that happen positive for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Rob mentioned, a couple of players that, of course, impressed him. On top of that, has to be Valentino Zwanfo, who played 8 minutes for Galatasaray in the just concluded season. I don't expect it. From what he said, it's as if he's telling us, okay, people were criticizing me for inviting this player. He did well yesterday. Did you see how he performed? For goodness sake, the national team is not a rehab center. It's not a place where you invite players who've not had proper game time. If you're inviting a player who has done well over 3 months, 4 months, 2 months or thereabouts, that is fine. But then, if you get a player who played 8 minutes during the course of 9 months, that is unacceptable in any way. So, we hope going forward, Gonotro will change from the body language of feeling like, okay, well, this one is not important. It's a football match, and then that's his own mentality. But here in Nigeria, we understand only one language, which is a win. We know in football matches you've got 3 results: either you're winning, you're losing, or you're drawing. But the only language you speak here is you've got to win. Nigerians are usually very emotional when they talk about the various national teams. They easily criticize, so you've got to give them something they can look at and then be happy about.
All right, and by the way, the name I was trying to remember was Joseph Enahiri, and Wale Okwatola has reminded me. Yeah, he was the player I was trying to remember. He played that game, and he told the South Africans when they were celebrating that, look, you guys should thank your stars that our top players were unable to play that game. Kanu Wanko was in there, Austin Jeje Kocha and others. Said, look, if they had been available, you would just be seeing the ball. Your leg will not even touch the ball on the pitch that day. When the first time South Africa beat Nigeria 2-1 in the Mandela Challenge, but that wasn't a competitive game. When we had the first time that they would beat the Super Eagles was here in Nigeria 2-0. I think it was in Uyo.
It was in Uyo.
What was this guy's name now?
Is it not Ranty? Is it Ranty or something?
Ranty.
Is it Ranty?
Ranty. Yeah, that guy shows Pepe.
That guy was something as that day.
Anyway, Nigeria versus Cameroon wasn't the only game that was played yesterday. Let's look at some other results.
All right, Kosovo took on Guinea. Guinea won that match 2-1. Benin Republic and Zambia played out a 2-2 draw. Poland also played out a 2-2 draw against Iceland. Then Gambia defeated Togo 1-0. Hungary and Republic of Ireland settled for a goalless draw. Czech Republic were 3-1 winners over Albania, while Morocco enjoyed a 1-0 win over Ghana. Elsewhere, Senegal defeated Cape Verde 2-0, while France thrashed Bulgaria 3-0. In the World Cup CONMEBOL qualification, Ecuador at home were beaten by Peru 2-1, while Venezuela and Uruguay played out a goalless draw.
Okay, those are the matches that were played last night. But still talking about Russia and their complaint, they have officially now reported to UEFA that they are not happy with the Ukrainian kit for Euro 2020. They say it is political, and FIFA, UEFA, CAF, all football bodies says you must not display anything that is unpolitical, anything that is religious, anything that's even personal on your jerseys. So the Russian Football Union, they argue that this goes against the basic principle of UEFA. The shirt with a match showing Russian annexed Crimea as a part of Ukraine earlier provoked anger in Moscow. So UEFA, they said that they have approved that jersey in accordance with the applicable equipment regulations, but Russia are not happy about it. Russia annexed the Crimean Peninsula from Ukraine in 2014, and they consider it a part of their territory, something that is rejected internationally. So the head of the Ukrainian Football Association, Andrei Pavelko, he revealed the kit in a video on his Facebook page on Sunday, just days before the European Championship kicks off. The front of the yellow, the yellow home jersey and the blue away shirt showed the contours of Ukraine in white, including Crimea and the eastern regions of Donetsk and Luhansk, which has been partially seized by pro-Russia separatists. So Russia are not happy about it. And there is also a slogan in black which reads "Glory to Ukraine," and another one, "Glory to Heroes." It is stitched on the inside of the shirt collar, and we know that these slogans are, kind of like official military greetings in Ukraine. So Russia, they are not happy. They said, look, you said according to your basic tenets that there should not be any political message, but this thing that Ukraine is doing is political, and you have allowed it. So they have officially lodged a complaint to UEFA.
So we're waiting for UEFA to reply them. Meanwhile, UEFA, they've already approved this very jersey for Ukraine to use it at euros. So I don't know, any other thing they've got to do here. If the jersey passed through their table, so I wonder why they would, of course, be looking at it again. But then we'll wait for it.
Come on. We know some many things happening even right now in the world between Nigeria and
absolutely. Of course, we know the long
so you can. The fact that UEFA has approved it does not mean Russia cannot complain. They can tell them that, look, your own rules that you said you do not want, didn't you notice that this thing is political? Why did you allow it?
Okay, I was actually saying, if you look at this very well, of course they can't approve that, and then Russia, they've got the right to report, and then the rest. Yeah. But then the most important thing right now has to be the fact that for Russia, they've laid the complaint. We're waiting for UEFA to reply and say, okay, we allow this one to go through because we did not see any political symbol, or we did not see anything political about this very one. FIFA abhors politics, to be involved in football in any way. The same also for UEFA. So let's see. The ball is on the court of UEFA to make the proper statement on this very one. But then let's see whether Russia would, of course, be happy with their decision on the long run.
But even if you look at it from another angle, if UEFA has approved this and Russia are not happy with part of it, what I expect UEFA to do is to sit around and see how they can make changes before the Euros. I know the Euros are very close, but if there's something they can do, they can talk to Russia.
They can't do anything until Russia complains now. Now Russia has complained.
Yes, they'll now look at it. Yes,
it's not like Russia has complained and UEFA told them, no, there's nothing we can do. You can go to hell. No, they hadn't had that complained before. Now it has been made, so we'll wait to see what UEFA will do about it. So we'll see how this moves forward. Okay, let us look at so many stories to talk about. But we'll return to football. Let's go to tennis now. We had some matches at the French Open last night. A fantastic game between Dani Medvedev and Stefanos Tsitsipas. But Tsitsipas was able to prevail in straight sets, but it was a tough 6-3, 7-6, 7-5.
Yeah, tough one for the Greek, but he's somebody I'm looking up to as one of those younger generations that could, also hold his own, just like Dominic Thiem has won. But he has not won a Grand Slam. But I see him as a player who will go on to win a Grand Slam, in no distant time because of the way he plays. And even if he's under difficult conditions, he tried to get out of tricky situations. So for me, Tsitsipas beating Medvedev yesterday. Yes, looking at their seed, the way they were seeded, Medvedev right now is one of the top players. But playing against what's his name, Tsitsipas, he was supposed to raise his game straight sets. I think that was really a slap on the face of Dani Medvedev. But when you look at someone who wants to get to the next stage of a competition, you just have to take every opportunity, that's put in front of you. So for me, I think it was a nice one for him, and this will just go on to increase his confidence. And now that he has gotten to the semis, anything can happen. 2 wins from here, he will be a champion. So I think it's a good one for Tsitsipas. But for Dani, I hope to see him come out good when the Wimbledon comes around.
All right, let's look at other results.
Okay, a few matches were played in just 2 matches were played as far as the men's singles are concerned, and quickly give you the other results. We'll talk about that of Tsitsipas. Alexander Zverev was also in action, but his own was using even straight sets, and it was so easy beating Davidovich Fokina 6-4, 6-1, 6-1. These were the 2 matches that were played yesterday. Then
for the women, we had Tamara Zidansek beating Paula Badosa 7-5, 4-6, 8-6, and then Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova beats Elena Rybakina 6-2, 6-2, 9. Sorry, 6-7, 6-2, 9-7. While those were the 2 games that were played.
Okay, later today in the men's singles, Rafael Nadal at 1 p.m. will take to the courts and we will face Diego Schwartzman, while Novak Djokovic will take on Italy's Matteo Berrettini at 7 p.m. Then the women's singles, Cory Kokogov will take on Barbora Krejcikova, while Maria Sakkari will face defending champion Iga Swiatek, and that will be at 11:30.
Really interesting fixtures that were made at the French Open, because it will have meant that there was no possibility of Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal, or Novak Djokovic meeting in the final, because they were all in the same half of the draw. You wonder how. Well, it has to do with the ranking. Roger Federer was, I think, the 8th seed. Rafael Nadal was the 3rd seed, not the 2nd, and Novak Djokovic was the 1st seed. So that's why it was like that. So Novak Djokovic and Rafael Nadal are on course to meet in the semi-final. If Roger Federer had beaten Matteo Berrettini, then he will be meeting Novak Djokovic in the quarterfinal. So there was no way that we would have had both of them, or between the 3 of them, 2 being in the final. It's only 1, because they were all on the same part. But I think it gave a good opportunity for these young stars to get to the final. Yes, yeah, so let's see who amongst them. Dominic Thiem has already been eliminated. Now Dani Medvedev, at least, was beaten by Stefanos Tsitsipas. So let's see. Alexander Zverev is still there, so we'll see what happens if many of them can get to the final, and if any of these guys too, if Nadal will win in his quarterfinal and Djokovic will win in his quarterfinal, then they will meet in the semi-final.
Okay, they played the final before the final.
All right, let's get to the tracks now and talk about the 10,000 meters world record for the women. Ethiopia's Letesebet Gide, she broke the women's 10,000 meters world record by more than 5 seconds, just 2 days after it had previously been broken by Sifan Hassan of the Netherlands. Gide ran 29 minutes, 1 minutes 03 seconds at the Ethiopian trials in Hengelo, the Netherlands. On Sunday, Dutch runner Hassan had broken the previous record, which was set by Ethiopia's Almaz Ayana at the 2016 Olympic Games by more than 10 seconds. I recall Almaz Ayana running that race, and she just absolutely smashed it. And the commentators were saying, if she can do this in the 10,000 meters, what will she do in the 5,000 meters? Well, she ran the 5,000 meters and she eventually finished third. She won the bronze medal there. So the 10,000 meters world record, normally world records take a long time. So if you are Usain Bolt, who breaks world record almost every time he steps out, but they normally take a longer period. But 2016, the world record was broken, 10,000 meters world record for the women, and 2021 it was broken again. And just 2 days later, this time they didn't wait another 4 years or 5 years. Just 2 days later, it has been broken again. So Gide said she expected that she was going to run a world record, and then that's how she was able to do it. And she's trying to, maybe the target now is to run it under 29 minutes.
That would be massive, you know. But it's not easy. It's not every day you get to see world records being broken twice in 2 days.
Yeah.
For Ethiopia's Lethen Sebet Gide, no one, of course, expected her to go there and, of course, smash a record that was, broken 48 hours ago. But then we'll see how it gets up. There's room for improvement, for her. Like you rightly said, we'll see whether there's a possibility that whether she can, of course, run within the 29 minutes mark and then take off some seconds of that. But it's usually very difficult for that to happen. They say lightning does not strike in a place twice or thereabouts. But in athletics, there's a possibility that would, of course, happen. Usually, when you hear about world records, it takes maybe sometimes 20 years, 30 years, 10 years, 15 years before a record is broken. Yeah. When you have that within a short space of time, it gets to tell you the high level of competitiveness, in a tournament like this very one. Good news is that this one is not the most competitive in terms of the competition, so you can expect the athletes to relax and then try to smash records.
When you now have Gide and Hassan running together, I don't know if Almaz Ayana will also be competing at the Olympics. I mean, it's going to be super exciting to watch all of these young women together.
So we should be looking at a couple of records that will be broken at the Olympics, because if they're in high spirits going into the Olympics, we expect so many records to be broken, especially in athletics. That's where the light will be on. We expect 100 meters to come to 4. What many people have said it's difficult for anyone to break Usain Bolt's record. The 200 meters will also be there as well, 400 meters, and then many of them would, of course, come on board. Let's see how many world records would, of course, be broken at the Tokyo Olympics.
And Gide, she also holds the women's 5,000 meters world record. So she becomes the first woman to hold both world records since Ingrid Christiansen did it from 1986 to 1993. So honestly, the 10,000 meters at the Olympics for the women, that's one race that will be
it's under threat, seriously.
Yeah. Okay, let's go to the United States of America now and talk basketball. Let's get the results of the matches that were played last night.
All right, we had 2 games last night, and the Utah Jazz, they were in action, and they were really fantastic form, beating LA Clippers 112 to 109 points. Kawhi Leonard steering for the Clippers, scoring 23 points, 7 rebounds and 3 assists, while Donovan Mitchell of Utah Jazz contributed 45 points, 3 rebounds and 5 assists. There was also a game between the Philadelphia.
It's now 1-0.
1-0 in favor of
in the Western semi-finals. Utah Jazz now lead 1-0.
1-0. Yeah. Then in the Eastern semi-finals, there was a game 2 yesterday between the Sixers, Philadelphia 76ers, and the Atlanta Hawks. Yes, the 2 matches were played at the home ground of the 76ers. The Hawks took the first game. Then yesterday's game, it was in favor of 76ers, winning 118 points to 102 points. For the 76ers, Joel Embiid contributed 40 points, 13 rebounds, and 2 assists, while Trae Young of the Atlanta Hawks scored 21 points, 3 rebounds, and 11 assists, and it's now tied 1-1. So the next, the game 3 will now be moved to Atlanta, where the 76ers will try to get a win over them. But also looking at these two games, Clippers and Jazz, well, anyone can go through. With Kawhi Leonard, I will hope Clippers go through. But with Jazz, the way they played in the regular season, come on, these guys were so fantastic. So I don't see anyone stopping them. But let's see how it goes in the next game. Later tonight, we'll have Denver Nuggets. This time they'll be at Phoenix, and it will be game 2, because Phoenix Suns won the first game, so they are leading the series 1-0, and it is the Western Conference semi-finals. Then also we'll have the game 3 between Brooklyn Nets and Milwaukee Bucks, and this time to be at Milwaukee, because Brooklyn hosted the first 2 games and they won convincingly. Now Milwaukee will be playing host to Brooklyn, and also for LA Clippers, they will also be at Utah Jazz in their next game. So these are the matches to expect as far as the NBA playoffs are concerned.
Okay, let's get back to football now and talk. I told you that the NNL, they've released some statements about what's going on, but for the Bendel Insurance versus Remo Stars, which is the latest, we'll tell you what they said. But this is how they started. They said that J&K Shekarau, they have been banished to the Lafayette City Stadium, Nasarawa State, for the remainder of their home matches in the 2020-2021 NNL season for violating sections of the NNL rule book during their Week 14 match against DMD of Borno State. Then the center referee and one of his assistants were piteously beaten by irate fans loyal to J&K Shekarau. I'm quoting what they said. Then team captain Ali Ibrahim, Ojabisi Adewale, Mubarak Sani, and Zaharadin Abubakar, who is the reserve goalkeeper, they have been placed on a 1-year ban for their inglorious conduct in the assault of match officials in the match against DMD of Borno, which ended 1-1. Then J&K Shekarau are to pay a total sum of 1.5 million for breaching the encoded rule book. That is 1 million for acts of misconduct and bringing the game to disrepute, 200,000 for the medical bills of the match officials assaulted, and 300,000 for breach of COVID-19 protocols. Then this where they mentioned Bendel Insurance. Other cases. Remo Stars versus Bendel Insurance. The case is yet to be determined by the O&D, that's the Organizing and Disciplinary Committee of the NFF, following a protest by Bendel Insurance FC. Then B, Rovers of Calabar versus Nenwe United. Nenwe United protested on match conduct on match conduct, case to be determined by the Organizing and Disciplinary Committee of the Nigeria Football Federation. Okay, so that is where we are. They said that Bendel Insurance has protested. They already are aware of the case. They are looking at it. The Organizing and Disciplinary Committee, they are reviewing the whole thing, and when they are done, they will come up with a position. But for now, they have not said anything about that encounter. So that's what we're waiting for.
A lot of people were angry yesterday. This was a group that I belong to. Many football stakeholders were angry about the behavior of the Remo Stars fans, and also the NNL. They felt like the NNL should, of course, be faster with decision making as it concerns things like this, because when you wait for 48 hours to make a decision on a matter like this, it could give another club the temerity to try a similar thing, and then who knows, hell probably may break loose. So let's say the box stops at the Organizing and Disciplinary Committee of the Nigeria Football Federation. So we expect them to do a thorough, a thorough investigation on this very matter, and listen to the two sides, get also words from the match commissioner on the day, and also get to verify some of the things that they may hear from independent sources, and then come up with a judgment that should be quality and that should, of course, be satisfying. I hear stakeholders from Edo State are already pleading with the Deputy Governor of the state, Philip Shaibu, not to pull out Bendel Insurance from the NNL, because, of course, they threatened to leave the league because of that hooliganism that happened in Shagamu right there in Ogun State against Remo Stars. But then let's see, the ball is now very much in the hands of the Nigeria Football Federation, so let's see how far they are willing to go with this very one.
By the way, the Deputy Governor of the state will be having a one-day workshop on sports development in Edo State today. So hopefully he gets to talk more about this. But we too will say, okay, please don't, just the way we said to Van Bressa FC when they said they were pulling, they actually even pulled out. So please, we need everybody. But if it's got to be on a level playing field. I mean, you cannot have a team who are telling you, and you can see clearly that they are not safe. Whenever they go out, there seems to be problems, and when other teams visit them, they treat them well. So they have every right to say, if this continues, then we've got to pull out because we want to protect our players. I mean, what's the point of going to play games? What's the point of participating in a league when you are not safe? Safety is first. It must be something that you look out for. So we hope that they will resolve all of these issues amicably. All right, let's look at our text messages now and see what you guys have been sending.
Okay, so on the SMS portal this morning, we've got quite a number of them here. This one says, Oga Ibrahim, please, next time when you're it says, it says when you're mentioning a football rivalry in Europe, don't pet Chelsea and Arsenal will not be made MCAD.
Arsenal, no personal.
Alright, so the next one here, I think it's quite lengthy. This one is quite lengthy, I'll just take a few of them. This one says, good morning, guys. Oga Ibrahim, these people they make us get a second thought. Then they let the love way we fans of our local league fade, starting from the nationwide league. Okay, let's see who sent in this very one. Okay, I don't think the person has the name now. All right, so let's also see another one here. This one says, Oga Ibra, what's happened to Edge? We have not seen him since WrestleMania, and has Daniel Bryan officially left WWE? He also did not add his name here.
Edge is still in WWE, still in SmackDown. For Daniel Bryan, they said if he loses to Roman Reigns, he was going to leave the WWE, and he lost. But I know it's just in the script. Okay, he will come back later. But that's maybe he needs to do something, and that's how they work things out. Maybe he's injured, or he needs to attend to a personal matter, so they will just walk it into the storyline and say, okay, you lost this match, then you are banned from the WWE for life. But believe me, very soon you will see Daniel Bryan back.
Okay, so continuing with the messages this morning, another one says, good day, guys. I am Nico. I always love your show. Please, is Hazard really coming back to Chelsea? I really love that guy. Up Niger, up at Chelsea, up at KU. Okay, well, Hazard, I'm not sure he's coming back to Chelsea because he has said he will stay put at Real Madrid. He would, of course, want to be with, his current manager. Should you say his former manager? Now talking about Carlo Ancelotti. So let's see how the first gets to go for Eden Hazard at Real Madrid. He wants to stay put at Real Madrid. And then we've got others say, this one says, good morning, KUFM. If we're waiting to win the Nations Cup under Ganatroa, I believe we should have a rethink. NS from Saplero, thank you very much, NS, for this message. And then, okay, what is Ross saying in that interview? He looks so comfortable and not being able to win in 2 friendly games. So poor. MPFL should, okay, says NFF should do something about Mr. Raw. He has no game plan. He should know that he's a Super Eagles and not the Nigeria national team. Kachi from PZ. Okay, thank you very much, Kachi, for this very one. Okay, I think the last one is my boss, Iva Calabra. Please, what position is Plateau United on the MPFL table? Manu, I don't die from Sapler. All right, I think for the Plateau United team, of course, let's just see where they are on the log, because we know that we've got a couple. What match 26 today? Also, match 26 officials will of course be today for the Nigerian Professional Football League. What did you say?
There are nights on the table. Plateau United 36 points from 25 games.
All right, so that's it.
Those are the messages. Yeah. Okay, all right. Let's look at what's happening in the gossip section of the papers, and so much rumors about transfer going on. Former Wolverhampton Wanderers and boss Nuno Espirito Santo is on the verge of being appointed Crystal Palace manager. That's what it's being reported by the Telegraph. Then Manchester United, they have growing concerns about having to let midfielder Paul Pogba go for free when his current contract ends in 2022. This summer is United's last chance to receive a significant fee for the 28-year-old France international, with Real Madrid, Juventus, and Paris Saint-Germain all interested. So, what should they do? I mean, if you've got a player, you know that this is your last chance, and you know once the contract expires, then he's going to go for free. Why don't you just sell him, or you do a Giroud on him, the way Chelsea did? They got Giroud to extend his contract, but still said, look, if any clubs come for you, you are free to go. Yeah, so maybe they can do that. Atletico Madrid have offered Spain midfielder Saul Niguez, who's 26, to Manchester City in exchange for Portugal forward Bernardo Silva, who's also 26. Then Liverpool, they have made a 25.8 million bid for Roma captain and Italy midfielder Lorenzo Pellegrini, who's 24, and this is for him to replace 30-year-old Dutch international Jorginho Wijnaldum. We hear that Wijnaldum has signed for Paris Saint-Germain
instead of Barcelona. Can you imagine 10,000 something? More money.
Aston Villa, who are looking to bolster their attack, they are weighing up a deal for Norwegian international Joshua King, who's 29, after the forward was released by Everton. But Norwich and Celtic are also interested in the player. Then we also have this one. Arsenal, they have set a £20 million asking price for Spain right back Hector Bellerin. Atletico Madrid are interested in a 26-year-old as a replacement for their England international Kieran Trippier, who has been linked with a move to Manchester United. Real Betis have also showed interest in Bellerin, but his asking price tag will prove too much. Juventus, they have been linked with Bellerin, and they could offer the 30-year-old Wales midfielder Aaron Ramsey back to the Gunners in a swap deal. Okay, so these are just some of the stories that are making the rounds. All right, it's time for us to go, but before we do that, we have to blow the final whistle.
It is very nice to be in the semi-finals, but just being there doesn't satisfy me. I am playing pretty okay, and I hope to play the same way, and even better in the last four. World number 6, Alexander Zverev, speaking after he advanced to the semi-final of the French Open for the first time with a 6-4, 6-1, 6-1 win over Spain's Alejandro Davidovich Fokina on Tuesday. And that's the final whistle on the show this morning.
There's our package. We'll see you at 4 p.m. on the fresh edition of Sports Fiesta. My name is Saliu Ibrahim. I've been doing this with Megosa Bekan and CJ. So please stay tuned to 90.7 KFM Benin, because up next is KU News Update. And at 4 p.m. we'll be back with a fresh edition of Sports Fiesta. See you later. Bye-bye.
Trying to get or receive information through all corners of the globe requires unprecedented internet service. At Wireless NG, we provide fast, reliable, and affordable unlimited broadband internet service to homes and businesses. Service is currently available across Lagos and Benin. Visit us today at Wireless NG, 5 Ramaya, Ikenede Street off PZ Sapler Road, Benin City, or our marketing office, 70 Olowo Complex, Airport Road, Benin City, or call 0807-887-9960 or 0703-672-9147. Wireless NG, erasing internet boundaries.
Our in-laws, we greet you now.
Thank you, sir. Paulie.
Before we bring our daughter, Oya make we confirm the item where you bring, whether they complete. Bread price.
Yeah.
42 tubers of yam. 42 kola nut, alligator pepper, and 1 big bottle of palm wine.
Complete.
Wait, 42 packs of pregnant care.
Pregnant care? Our wife no get Pelena.
Pregnant care get good amounts of essential nutrients where the body need when a woman they plan to get belly.
It help in development of a mom baby.
If you sef, it dey help clear all the stretch mark wey dey for body after delivery. Another type sef dey for women wey dey breastfeed. You see this our data na pregnant care pikin.
In fact, bring 100 cartons of pregnant care. Our pikin must find.
We have scratched the side of pregnant care pack for proof of authenticity.
It is available in pharmacies near you.
Now, Made I Pharmaceutical Limited, the distributor.
The Nigerian Medical Association endorse them.
Pregnant care.
See for yourself, oh. This no be the one you go take only ear here, oh. You must take your eyes see so that you self go enjoy what the other people they enjoy. Uyi Technica, the generator headquarter where they make everybody enjoy generators of all sizes and models for affordable price. Whether not the small one for barber shop or I been a big Perkins generator for factory and big building. Uyi Technica, the place for generators, spare parts, grinding machine, pepper mill, and others. Mention the name and size of generator where you want. Bakam Uyi Technica get them. For the kind of money where they your pocket. Bakam Uyi Technica get them. Come take your eyes see for the generator headquarters. Uyi Technica, 7981 and 83 Mission Road, Benin City, and all other Uyi Technical branches. Uyi Technica, affordable products for everybody jollification.
1xBet, oh, 1xBet. Everyone agrees that 1xBet is the favorite bookie because of the highest odds, fast deposits, ability to sell slips, bet insurance, and more. What's even more exciting about 1xBet is that you can make money from things like virtual games, basketball, horse racing, and more. Log on to 1xBet.ng to register, and don't forget to use the promo code RadioWin and get 200% bonus on your first deposit. 1xBet, bet for every taste.
As my you they call me, I'm coming. The way my heart is racing, I don't say I love you. You make me feel like I don't know. Just like a river of love, you flow like face, we flow. Any palado, you want to carry me, but I go ever leave. I go like you see like I as I go lie, I don't know about carry me, even if I lie, now because I love you. I don't like your busy body. I like just your busy body. Yes, to be for my body, my money, my money. I want money for my honey, say for my honey. As you they call me, I'm coming. The way my heart is racing, I know say I love you. As you they call me, I'm coming. The way my heart is racing, I know say I love you. Baby, you do it follow. I am falling, and I know. Baby, you do it follow. I am falling, and I know.
Don't you touch that dial.
Sugar, don't touch that dial.
KUFM 92.7.
From Benin City to the world.
This is 92.7 KUFM News Update.
It's 9 a.m. Good morning and welcome to KUFM's News Update. I am Godslove Orlando. Some lawmakers of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, on Tuesday staged a walkout during plenary at the House of Representatives. The lawmakers staged the walkout after its caucus leader, Kingsley Chinda, was ruled out of order by Speaker of the House, Femi Gbadagbiamila. Chinda had prayed the House to urge the federal government to suspend the ban while the House conducted its investigation into the legality of the ban. And elsewhere, judiciary workers in Rivers State have relaxed the ongoing nationwide strike action by the Judiciary Staff Union of Nigeria, JUSUN. JUSUN National Office on April 6, 2021 directed its members to proceed on indefinite strike following the failure of state governments to grant their financial autonomy demand. Leadership of the union said there is no going back until their demands are met. While in Imo State, the Governor Hope Uzodinma says opposition politicians and disgruntled personalities have been encouraging insecurity across the country. Uzodinma told State House reporters after meeting with President Muhammadu Buhari at the Presidential Villa Abuja that he alone cannot guarantee security in this troubled state. He said other stakeholders, including monarchs, religious and political leaders, must engage more with the people to restore peace in the state. In Bayelsa, where Livestock Management Committee on Tuesday said it impounded 34 cows in Yenagoa for alleged violation of the state's anti-open grazing law. The cows were reportedly impounded around the Bayelsa Palm Estate in the state capital. David Alogwa, chairman of the committee, told newsmen that the herders allegedly chose a convenient time in the night to graze, saying that some of the cattle were spotted grazing in farmlands. And finally, a news update at 9. The Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has increased the exchange rate for cargo clearance from 381 naira per dollar to 404 naira 97 kobo per dollar. Public Relations Officer Tinkan Island Customs Command, Uche Ejesieme, confirmed the increase. He said it was not the duty of the customs to increase the exchange rate, but that of CBN. And that's KUFM's news update at 9. Please stay with us for more interesting programs, news updates on every hour. And do not forget you can listen to us anywhere in the world, either by visiting our website at www.kufm.net, or you can download our mobile app from the Google Play Store. Remember, we're also live on YouTube at KUFM Nigeria. And you can listen to us on RadioGarden.com. Coming up next is Dialogue. I am God's Love. Orlando saying thanks for listening and good morning.
Stop stalking your exes. Follow us on Facebook at KUFM Nigeria.
Since I begin they use Biggie Bet, I just they cash out anyhow. You mean They there now. See them they offer bigger odds, 350% accumulator bonus, got one bonus, and you even fit cash out anytime, whether inside shop or online. Then they get better virtual games and jackpot. See them they even pay instantly. Oh boy, choose bigger rewards. So visit www.biggiebet.com.